Welcome to the Full Tracy Money Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It's 3:56 p.m. That is Central Time. Today is February 5th. Well, today we had rather meaningful moves in the bond market, and this was true in the UK as well. So the 10-year yield is compressing, and this was a almost 9 basis point contraction today. So there's a big argument going on out there in the world about whether we're about to have more inflation or whether we should give any credence to the belief that deflation is more likely. And the bond market, I think, is rather interesting in that yields have basically been contracting since the inauguration of the Trump administration. And that is despite the slew of utterances and various presidential decrees that have come over the course of the last 2 weeks. And even last night, where President Trump made the suggestion that the USA would take over Gaza, kick everybody out of there, turn it into the Riviera, and that was wholly accepted by Israel and castigated by just about everyone else in the world. But bonds are completely nonplussed and continue to rally. Into this environment, it is raising important questions. The first is that the bond market seems to be quite happy with the trajectory of the Trump administration's policies. So there's certainly some money flowing in here. Now, one thing that I think is really rather interesting is that the dollar has been quite weak over the last 3 consecutive days. So it's down now to 107.65 from a peak of about 110 at the end of last week. Well, a weaker dollar is beneficial for commodities. So gold was up $23 today and closing out the day at a new high and close to that, well, not quite at its high for the day, but at 28.66, that's still a positive return on the day. Silver was in negative territory, so pausing in the region of the peak from back in December, but copper was up 8 cents to 4.44. So that's really the first signs that some additional strength is coming through. Then Arabica coffee hit $4 for the first time ever. So I was saying a couple of weeks ago, if you wanted to buy coffee, go to the supermarket and buy as much of it as you can. And it's a big old contract to trade if you're trading futures. But certainly, this is a very powerful trend on the upside. Now, when we think about what else is going on in this world, well, the earnings from Google yesterday were certainly disappointing. But the statement that they made